Namaste all the viewers and friends. We are very thankful to all of you for being very responsive to our videos. We hope and wish that your response continues, and we also will come up with more such health related videos. And today we have come up with one of the most commonly suffered problem, sciatica. And sciatica in general, any problem with the back and arising from the back is termed sciatica also. But what is sciatica? Sciatica is pain and or any neurological symptom that is experienced along the nerve path. So right from the root until where it reaches. Sciatic nerve starts from the lower back, the spine. It starts from the spine, from the lumbar region, and goes until the foot, both the legs. And sciatic nerve is one of the largest nerve with both sensory functions and the motor functions. So when it is irritated or if there is any issue with the nerve, you experience both sensory and motor issues, and at times either one or both. So what is sciatica? What are the causes of these irritation or issues with the nerve? One of the most common causes compression of the nerve anywhere along the path, usually at the root. Okay, so if there is an intervertebral disc that is herniated, or even slight bulge of the disc can compress the nerve root. If the nerve that is coming out of the space for it, the foramen, it is called the foramen, if it narrows down for some reason, then again it can irritate the nerve that is coming out of the foramen. If there is any bone growth, any spur of the bone that pinches the nerve, that even pricks the nerve slightly, can also cause the pain and discomfort. Muscular weakness, or even the bone, the vertebral bone dislocation or even slight displacement, can also irritate the nerve root. Along with this, there is also obesity, something that will kind of become a very major risk factor, and certain occupational causes and certain trauma, injury, sudden fall, when we are lifting weight, if you're not very careful, if something hits our back with a lot of force, all of these can also compress or irritate the nerve that is coming from the nerve root. And at the same time, vitamin B12 deficiency or any other infections around the nerve root, like tuberculosis of the spine, can also result in sciatic nerve irritation and pain and discomfort in the nerve path. One of the major causes is also muscular weakness because of wrong posture, lack of physical activity, sedentary lifestyle. The muscles that support the bones, the ligaments, can become very weak. If the muscles are weak, it cannot hold the structures properly and again can irritate the nerve root. So how it is presented, how a patient presents with sciatica is pain in the area that is in the lower back or in the hip region, coming down to thighs and until the heel as well, or only around the heel, only around the toes, only in the calf muscles. Any specific part of the nerve path can also involve. Along with that, if there is sensory nerve involvement, then there is also numbness or tingling, at times complete loss of sensation based on the severity of the compression or the causative factors that we have explained. So there is going to be pain, numbness, tingling, at times burning or pricking sensations, and loss of sensation as well. And along with that, if it is because of muscular weakness, there is also stiffness, cannot bend, cannot stand straight, cannot sit for a long time. So all of these are also seen if there is muscular weakness. Most of the times we see that when patients stand for a long time or sit for a long time, then the compression increases and the pain aggravates. So these are some of the major causes and how sciatica is presented. So what do we do about it? If a person is going through sciatica or pain and discomfort like we discussed, there are a lot of methods through which we can get out of the pain. Certain people go for medications where they suppress the pain and they are okay with it. If it is acute condition, if the pain is extremely high, medications definitely help. But for a lot of people it's chronic, long term, and also because of the lifestyle disorder. So until the cause is corrected, the overall outcome is not complete. So we have to get into lifestyle correction. We have to start exercising, proper exercises. But again, when I say exercises, it's not that when the pain is extremely high and in acute situation we start doing exercises, then it might aggravate the problem. So please meet your doctor before deciding on what you have to do. Now let us understand what is the role of acupuncture therapy in management of sciatica. Acupuncture, like we have discussed, is insertion of needles in specific areas on the meridians, on the energy channels, right? So when we insert these needles, locally there is pain relieving neurochemicals that are relieved. So basically pain relief is definitely, we can promise pain relief with acupuncture comfortably. Along with that, if there is pain, there is also inflammation. So inflammation comes down with acupuncture. Circulation improves and therefore nutrients or nutrition, nourishment to the area, the nerve, the muscles, the bone, the structures improve. So with circulation also acupuncture will help in great deal. Along with that, any sensory symptoms, like we said, the numbness, the tingling, the pricking sensation, all of this are also very well managed with acupuncture therapy. And many a times if the pain aggravates or if the causes are stress induced, acupuncture again helps with stress management. So now we have understood the role of acupuncture in all of this. Once you are symptomatically feeling better with acupuncture, you can start with yoga therapy, practicing specific yogic asanas, specific yogic techniques, first to improve the strength of the musculature, relax and improve the strength. Both happen at the same time when you do yoga. So yogic practices will help extend the outcome of acupuncture. So if you take acupuncture for 1 month, then for next few years, if you don't want the pain to come back, yoga therapy is what you should continuously practice. So that is also going to be very, very helpful in managing sciatic pain. Along with that, you have to, if there is B12 deficiency, you will have to get into supplements or dietary intake of specific macronutrients. That is also very important. Postural correction is also important. If it is occupation induced, you will have to see how you can correct your postures during your work hours, what you're exposed to, how is your work environment. You will have to take care of that as well. So it is lifestyle modification, postural correction, better nutrition, as well as therapy, acupuncture therapy and yoga therapy. So with this, sciatic nerve pain or sciatica can be comfortably and very beautifully managed. There was one patient who came to our clinic and she said, I'm not going to sit, I can't sit, I have severe pain, you just give me acupuncture, it will help. We were not sure how severe the condition is, whether there is any disc prolapse, whether there is any bone displacement, but she said, I believe in acupuncture, it will help me, please give me acupuncture. When she came, she was not able to stand or sit. After few sessions of acupuncture, she was able to comfortably walk, she was able to comfortably sit, and she traveled back to Thailand with long hours of flight journey as well. So acupuncture is definitely very effective if you start taking it with belief and the commitment to the treatment. So with that, I think I've covered all the points that you require. Thank you very much.